Mark.
Andrew Strauss has won the toss here in Tasmania and chosen to bowl. We've had a lot of rain all morning. It's cleared, nice fresh field to conditions. A roar as the Australian batsmen make their way to the middle. England have already come out of the rooms. They're in a huddle. Last year we were here for a 2020 game, but this is the first time, gentlemen, that one-day international cricket has been played under lights in Hobart.
Wonderful to see all these profiled individuals helping out. And he's gone. Shaun Marsh chops it back onto off peg. And Shazad rewarded for a good start. First wicket goes down.
That's good bowling, actually. He's bowled a few deliveries now that have nipped back, and this is an example of the ball just coming back off the seam. Look at that seam upright, try to run it to third man, and well, he was lucky he wasn't out like that just a little while ago. That's good bowling. This guy Shazad is looking good to me. So Shane Watson out for 5, bowled by Shazad. It's 1 for 6.
The two catches in this fielding restriction period. First slip and gully. The bowls him, another inside edge. Shazad is the damager at the moment. He's bowling a good line and length and just getting enough movement. Hadn't this time.
Yeah, if you push hard at the ball on a pitch that's moving around a little bit, this sort of thing is likely to happen. Look at that seam. Does nip back again. Hadn't really playing from leg stump a little bit. Seemed to me quite a big gap there between bat and pad. No second line of defence for him, and well, I'm afraid to say that's the second Aussie gone. Haddon for 5. Very similar situation to the one which Watson got out to. So there it is, 2 for 15.
6. Member of 2 World Cup winning squads. Slashed it out. Straight to point. It's a problem we've talked about with Michael Clark, that he hits lots of balls in the air at catchable height. This time he picks out Ian Bell at point.
Well, Bresnan can't believe his luck. Clark stood there for ages. He can't believe his misfortune or his mishit. He stands there. Mark Taylor has mentioned there hasn't been a cut shot anywhere in this first 10 overs. They get one and it's hit to the man. 3 for 21. The skipper's gone.
Cup, 15 men named as the third tossable spinner for England in those Indian conditions.
Good grab. What about that for a field setting? And a response from the bowler. Big wicket too, David Hussey.
Just a bit loose again. David Hussey, it's good bowling from Tremlett. Just a bit of movement off the seam, bit of extra bounce. Hussey looking to get Pat on ball as he does. At the start of his innings, gets a thick edge. Strauss does well in the gully. Australia in real trouble. 4 for 33. Well, Shaun Marsh has made his way out to the middle. Australia in trouble at 4 for 33 in the 13th over. Changing the commentary box. Richie Benno, Tony Gregg, and with James Brayshaw.
Thank you, Mark. Australia in all sorts. And this man has got a big job now, Shaun Marsh. And straight away he's off the mark. He's been in blistering Big Bash form for WA. The Warriors has Shaun Marsh. There's one of his teammates in Matt Pryor recent times. But he's picked, he's in form, and he's got a big job ahead of him.
This is the wicket again, again in the air, and nicely taken. England's catching throughout this tour of Australia has been good. It's been one of the differences. And another example here, Strauss that time, of that bouncing delivery from Tremlett.
Again, that's well run. Just starting to put a little partnership here together, White and Marsh. They're going to need to be together for a while, you suspect, if Australia are going to get anywhere near the competitive total they need. Not even sure what that looks like. 220, 230 on this pitch maybe. In the air. Beautifully played from Shaun Marsh. That's the talent that this man has. That's a fine shot.
Oh, what a stroke. That is gap finding of the highest quality.
was Tremlett down there on the sweep, deep backward square leg. He didn't even see this. Went like a rocket, had no chance, but he took right of screen there. And he was shaking his head like, where's that gone? It raced away.
Another powerful strike. This is a terrific performance thus far from Shaun Marsh. Now, is it him to go really big with this innings and make a statement? 4 for 111.
That's nicely played, and that's it. That's very well played. He's clipped that one away off the leg stump. Left-handers play that shot very well indeed. So Shaun Marsh has registered his half-century, and he's done it when Australia have their backs to the wall. 4 down for 126. Right, so we've just seen a very well put together 51 from Marsh. White is on strike now, he's on 40.
Yeah, it was really well played. He's looked good right from the start, Shaun Marsh. As Michael Slater correctly said, picked in form, which is a big thing. He's come in with all guns blazing and has been really well played. Oh, just to look at a reverse, I think the bowler might have seen it.
I think he did, and he darted in away from that reverse sweep, which meant in normal stance it's way down the leg side. So he saw it, picks it, and bowled a metre down the leg side. So catch!
Oh, right out of the middle of the bat. That is a pretty good placement. It was in the air for a little while, but White has moved to 45.
3rd 4 for Cameron Wright, and that is a beautiful piece of batting. Knew that there was room available over Cover's head. Didn't try and overhit the ball, just got it into the middle of the bat. The placement was absolutely superb. That's as good a shot as we've seen today.
Gotcha!
Oh, and he's got him. Horton Bowl just checking his shot there. Well, 1 or 2 have been hit in the air on the offside, and that was a pretty well disguised delivery. Just held it back a little bit. You can see the reaction of the England players there, planned, I reckon.
Yeah, disguised. It didn't warrant a wicket, though, I don't think, Greggy. It was just another check shot. It was slow. So, yeah, good change of pace, bringing about a mistake. But White, having gone through all the initial phase of that innings, had done the hard work. And he's filthy with himself. 45. Australia 5 for 133.
Shot, I'm afraid. So Smith going for the big booming drive outside off stump, way before he should be, and unfortunately another Australian has dragged on onto the stumps.
Well, that's the knock-on effect from Cam White. You then bring a new batsman in. He's got to try and get himself settled. Nowhere near out there long enough to play the shot, a long way away from his body. Dragged back on, and he goes without adding to his or the team's score. Australia back in trouble, 6 for 136.
So that's in the air. This could be out as well. Yes, he's got him. They don't drop him. Trott coming across and making the catch there. He paused just for a little while. Caught it very low at the end of the day. So unfortunately, Horrocks now has holed out. So this is going from bad to worse.
Oh, definitely, Tony. He just hasn't hung around. He was just on a lap it to the onside top edge, and it hung in the air forever. And Jonathan Trott did not make a meal of it. It was good work. He sprinted, got underneath it, and was secure. So Australia now reeling at 7 for 140.
Yeah, well, he was never going to make it, was he? Oh, no, Brett Lee's not going to make it. Another duck. It's Steve Smith and Brett Lee, both for naught. Yardie angled something in absolutely perfectly.
Well, he's looking to play a little dab cut to ball that just drifted in nicely. It's a good piece of bowling from Yardie, using the angles as Mark Nicholas talked about earlier today. Brett Lee's got to go. Australia in all sorts of trouble. Marsh has fought 59 not out at the other end. You can't get a partner. 8 for 142.
That's beautifully played off the middle of the bat. That could go all the way. It does.
That could be the other danger, bowling leg stump to Shaun Marsh. Yeah, sure, he's a good cover driver and square cutter, but he's no slouch off his pads either. That's a good shot. It's clipped off the pads, timed nicely. It beats the man at square leg and then finds a gap in the deep.
That's a super shot. I've seen quite a bit of him on television, but only rarely live in a match. Just looks an outstanding player.
Two clumps of 4 white dots there, and that's been the trouble for Australia. We thought Dougie had picked up a 2 at the end of last over, but he's back on strike. Oh, that is bludgeoned.
Well, he's become an angry batsman. He didn't like that umpiring decision, which took a run off the team's total. So now he's giving himself a bit of room for the cover drive off the back foot.
Sort of bottom of the bat too, isn't it? It's an idea of how strong he is. 8 for 175 at the moment. Bollinger cannot get a pull shot out of the middle of the bat, thankfully. Then he scurries through for one, looks for a potential overthrow, doesn't get it.
How about this partnership? Bollinger's brought the game to life. He's 34 off 30, these two have added. Bollinger's got a run of ball 14 here at the moment. He's got a few of them out in the middle, most of them off the stickers.
Because if that had gone anywhere near the middle, he was out. Bresnan, slow ball. Marsh pops it down the ground. That must be Yardy, is it? No, it's Peterson. He saunters to that and gets it in. The 42nd over is finished. 8 for 178. Well, those red bar graphs, or the bars on that graph, were the batting power play. Shaun Marsh decided to take it with Doug Bollinger, and they've done brilliantly. 36 from those 5 overs. There's 8 overs to go. Jamie Brayshaw is in with Tony Gregg and Michael Slater.
Thanks, Heels. Yardy, the bowler now. He's bowled 7 for 2 for 29. He's a bit of a slider as a left-arm orthodox bowler, gets them in there, although he did show a good change of pace to dismiss Cameron White. Held up on him and got rid of White for 45. Australia trying to get to 200. Shaun Marsh very much batting on off stump as he clubs that one through the offside for 4. Geez, in good touch.
What sort of shot's that? Douglas Bollinger just standing his ground and clubbing it. Look at him go. I don't know what description. Yeah, look at this. That is right out of the middle.
Well, JB, it was so good I thought it was Marsh playing that shot. It was Dougie. Go, Dougie. Yep. Now he jumps in the air and flicks it to the onside. He's content with just the one. Now it's Shaun Marsh. 75 from 92. Been a surgeon-like innings, the way he's been able to get a total going. Here's Bollinger again. In the air and gone. 6 up. And the packed house here at Bellerive appreciating the efforts of Shaun Marsh and making the most of the opportunity presented today.
Just the reaction of the crowd in the stand just in front of where that ball pitched for 6 was incredible. They're loving this.
It's a 49-run partnership, if you can believe it. Here's the eagle-eye view of that beautiful 6 clipped off the pads. He plays proper cricket shots, Shaun Marsh, and has done from the moment he strode to the crease. 83 from 95 balls.
Great time with the ball, hits it incredibly hard, so that's what England are struggling with when he gets hold of it. He certainly hitting the ball hard. That one, though, a dot ball, 8 for 191, Australia. Great news, Sony Music is going to release an album. It's available now. It's for the flood relief, artists for the flood appeal. And it's going to be 3 CDs, 59 tracks, and a lot of great Australian artists involved. The likes of Guy Sebastian, Jessica Mauboy, Tommy Emmanuel. International artists like Bon Jovi, Kings of Leon, Beyonce, Billy Joel, Bruce Springsteen, Pink, Keithy Urban. Go Bell! Oh, Dougie's done it again. Threaded it through the offside. He's looking like a batsman.
Well, that shot he plays off the back foot is every bit as good as any of the batsmen have played it. Just a little bit short. The balance was fine. The ball's coming right out of the middle of the bat, and boy, he's hit it hard as well. So, wonderful shot.
Oh, and then one for the photographers here in over at forward defence. He's had his game face on the last couple of games. He's not seen the lighter side of life recently, so it's not surprising he's doing well. Dougie very much in a determined frame of mind at the moment. He really wants to bowl well. He's training hard. His batting's obviously coming on in leaps and bounds. 24 from 20. Even that was played nicely. He'll hog the strike. He wants the strike. Australia approaching 200. They're 8 for 198 now. Gee, 234 would be nice. That's 6 runs and over from here. They're currently on track for 225. The thing is, 2 wickets left. That's all. Doug, you just feel that he's best off giving it to Shaun Marsh. Just like that.
Got himself to 26 from 22. Been an unbelievable innings. And you know what he's going to walk in and say to Watson, Haddon, Clark. He's just going to go, well, I don't know what you blokes are on about. This is an easy thing to do.
And you can say the same to Smith, Horrocks and Lee.
Come on.
Have a look at that. That is placement. There's some genuine class there from Shaun Marsh. He nearly got it to the boundary rope. It was timing, placement, and there's 200 for Australia, 202 to be precise.
The three's taken its toll on Big Douglas. He is gasping some air in.
Well, he's just readjusting the chest guard he's got on there. You normally see that in the test match arena, but the one days it's a rarity. One bounce to the man in the deep. Doesn't want to get carried away, Dougie.
Yes, he's playing with Gay abandoned. That's the way he's going about things. He had 27 of 23 deliveries in a partnership of 61.
He loves that area. He's got the gap again. Shaun Marsh, a little beauty. He's fast approaching 100 now. He's 91.
He deserves 100. What an innings this has been. Under the most pressure you can be under. Australia were in all sorts when he arrived at the crease. 4 for 40. And he has batted absolutely superbly.
There's another big one. Has he got it? He has. Power. All about power. 95 he's got.
Well, sort of tempted to say that the selectors will have to revisit this World Cup team. How can a guy play this well and not be in the 15 going to the World Cup?
I've got to tell you, Greg, he's been in this sort of form right the way through the summer, so I don't know how he hasn't made the 15. He's not far away though now, is he? If there's a change to be made, I think Shaun Marsh will be included. 95 from 100. More importantly, Australia 211. They're getting to a total they can defend if they bowl and field well. He goes the big one. I think he's got the glory shot. Is it going to pay off? It does! That is 100 for Shaun Marsh. That is making the most of an opportunity. Oh, that is
was fantastic. What a performance from this young man. Is this the moment that's going to really declare him as an Australian international batsman? Fantastic innings from Shaun Marsh. Massive smile on his face. Well done.
Yes, superbly played. He came in when the team were in trouble, and to make 100 when the team has its back to the wall is a very, very special feeling.
Cameron White did a good job for his 45. Shaun Marsh has been brilliant. Dougie Bollinger has stolen the strike again. I reckon for the last 3 or 4 overs, he's got a single on the last ball of the over to face the first ball of the over. He's going to be facing Chris Tremlett. 2 overs remaining. He goes down the ground. Has he got enough on it? I'm not sure he has. And Dougie Bollinger has been caught in the deep. Shazad, who has bowled well, taking 3 wickets, has now judged a catch in the deep very nicely.
Yeah, it was a terrific catch, but a wonderful innings from Dougie Bollinger. When he came to the wicket, it was 8 for 142. He departs and it's 9 for 230, and he's given his team a chance. Not sure the shot was on, but a lot of the shots he's played haven't been on. That's a well-judged catch.
Yeah, very well taken. Tremendous entertainment. Everyone here have thoroughly enjoyed this. 30 is made. It's now 9 for 230.
Shaun Marsh has clipped that to the man in the deep, and it's all over for Australia. Taken securely. Ian Bell, the catcher. And Shaun Marsh gained the strike through the dismissal of Dougie Bollinger. Sean Tate was at the non-striker. He will not get to face a delivery, but there will be strong celebration and applause for a magnificent innings. Shaun Marsh has got Australia back in this game well and truly. 230 is a very defendable total. England will feel they can chase it down, but it'll take some chasing.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, actually. Hit that very well. Looked as if it might be 4 as soon as it went off the bat, but this has now been set up nicely. 230 in these conditions. I reckon we could be in for a very interesting game of cricket here. England's batsmen certainly will have their work cut out, and well, stay with us, boy, because I think this is going to be a close one.
It's game on, Greggy. There's no doubt about that. It's going to be a massive night here at Bell Reeve, but huge performance from Shaun Marsh.
What a partnership between him and Dougie Bollinger. They put on 88 in no time. They've given Australia a real opportunity, an untold opportunity in this match. We'll take a short break. See you back here in a while.
Good edge, struck to Watson. Oh, that's good pace from Brett Lee. That was too quick for Pryor. In the end, I reckon Shane Watson's taken a good catch here, because I think Brad Haddon may have just put him off a little bit.
I think he did. I think Haddon was going across for the catch himself. It's the outside edge. There goes Haddon, but pulled out of it, which is very wise.
Haddon was almost in the lap of Watson when he took it. It's a good start for Australia. Brett Lee is on song, 1 for 12.
I think Andrew Strauss knew he was in trouble. He was ambling off almost before the decision was made.
Well, there's a challenge, Richie. There's been a little conference at the non-strikers end, and Jonathan Trott has probably said to the skipper, just send it up there and have a look. So we've got DRS in use here, and the higher you bat, the more chance you've got of using one of these. Andrew Strauss just thinking maybe it was high, maybe it was angling down the leg stump, past the leg stump, I should say. It's not a no ball.
Well, height will be the thing. Is it going to go over the top of the stumps? Because Strauss was half playing forward. Height's always a bit of a problem.
Now, bear in mind, he's been given out here, so if this ball is even just clipping the stumps, he's going to be out. Impacts in line, it's hitting the stumps. Yeah, it's out. Paul Rifle's got it dead right. And actually, Andrew Strauss had it right also. He was walking off until Jonathan Trott said, mate, come back, let's review it. That's one thing I don't like about the review system. I think it's They're going to review it straight away. Paul Rifle got it right. So did Dougie Bollinger. He's got a wicket. The England captain's gone for 19. 2 for 36. Well, Australia right back in the contest here. England 2 for 36 in game 2 of this Commonwealth Bank Series. Kevin Peterson has made his way out to the middle, replacing Andrew Strauss. Into the commentary box have moved Tony Gregg, Mark Nicholas and Ian Healy.
Thanks, Tub. Dougie Bollinger to Peterson. He's gone as well. Bollinger's found his length and he's also picked up 2.
Oh, that was a beauty. And what a wicket too. To get Peterson out first ball, he could be a real danger man. This is just wonderful. Let's see if we can pick up any movement. Look at the seam position. I think it nipped back a little bit inside edge, rather like so many of the Aussies, back onto the stumps. A rather loose defensive shot. And that's the end of Peterson. Out for a golden duck.
So will Clark use him for longer if results are going his way? Wow. It's an early start. Second ball.
Now, the thing to watch about Steve Smith is that he bowled a pretty good top spinner. It's a slider, and it hurries onto the batsman. Now, I think you'll find that this one went straight onto the batsman, hurried onto him, pushed his stroke, and it's a very good breakthrough for Smith and for Australia. 4 for 83.
That's in the air. Right to where the man is. Steve Smith's out of the bowling attack, but in the fielding. That is a master bit of work from Michael Clark.
Maybe he sensed something. All the best captaincy decisions come on instinct, moments of instinct. It seemed such good sense to keep Steve Smith going. Instead, Brett Lee's come back and got a crucial wicket. Australia favourites. Hang on in there because Ian Bell's gone for 32. It's 5 for 96.
It's up in the air. It's a long way up in there. Will someone get there? They will. Oh, nicely judged. Beautifully judged. Shaun Tate has caught that as easy as you like.
That is a dead set rolled gold miracle. When that went up in the air, I said any one of those 3 except Tate should get their hands on it. And in the end, he was the one that judged it best by a mile and just pounced it like shelling peas.
Yes, he hung back. He was the one who ended up in a... Well, there we are. Look at that. No trouble. And he had a few of them around him as well. And have a look at the smile on his face. Oh, leave it to me. So, wonderful catch. And what a wicket. Getting rid of Morgan, the real danger man out there at the moment. 6 for 140.
So mid-off going back now for Bresnan. So deep third man, deep mid-off, deep square leg. 3 men out. Nicely bowled from Watson. Call of yes. Can Watson hit? Yes, he can. He's got him. Shane Watson. It's hard to keep him out of the game at the moment. It's not runs, it's wickets, and now it's run-outs.
Wonderful stuff, and as so often happens when you've got a runner out there, there's confusion, and that was very good fielding by Watson. He went across fast, and then his throw was accurate.
I'm not sure what the non-striker was thinking. That was never a single. He turns around and glares at the batsman, but he took off, and now he is taking off. 7 for 147.
England need 7.7 on over to win it.
Will it carry? I think it will. Safely under it. Yes, secure down there at third man. It's that man Watson. He's involved in the game, and another wicket to Dougie Bollinger.
Good catch. There was no sense of panic. Although he ends up taking it much lower than he'd planned, there was never any doubt about the fact that it would stay in those big, safe mitts. England 8 down. James Treadwell still out there with 14. Only Shazad and Tremlett to come. It's 8 for 178.
one to go. Might have been worth reviewing this if it was top order type stuff. It looked straight enough. It was zeroing in on the stumps. Was it high? No, probably hitting leg. Flush on leg.
You can't review that one, Heels Up. They've got one up their sleeve, I suppose. That was knocking leg stump. It's 9 for 180. The Aussies can smell it. Chris Tremlett, the man. Dougie looking for 5. What a wonderful opportunity for Bollinger to get 5. That's the end of his 9th over, though. 4 for 28, his figures. England with a bit of strife at 9 for 108. Trott 32, Bell 32. Were the two men who really got going and unable to keep going. That's been the problem.
Well, we'll just have a look at a final analysis of where Treadwell was going to be hit. Yep, flush on the top of leg. Shazad pinches one there. It has been another confidence-boosting win, this, if Australia go on to win. Because they got the worst of the conditions. They were in real trouble. They fought hard, and then they've been convincing with the ball.
Yeah, and they needed to lift bowling-wise, fielding-wise. They were a bit sloppy at the MCG. Brett Lee was the tidiest of the bowlers the other evening, but there are areas of concern in the field. Bollinger was too expensive the other night. He's pulled it back, and good contribution all round. Tony Gregg has jumped in to replace Mark Nicholas. England in a bit of strife, Greggy?
Yes, they are. Having lost the first one, here they are now about to lose the second. And all that after winning the Ashes or retaining the Ashes here. I mean, it's a big turnaround, and it's a credit to the ability of the Australians to fight back. These have been 2 good wins.
And it's almost single-handedly down to Watson, I reckon. Watson got them over that line. If they didn't win that first game in this Commonwealth Bank Series, chasing 295, he had to make 160 of them. They'd be a different outfit right now. Automatically, lots of their game now kicks in because they haven't got to worry about whether or not they'll win or lose. They're just doing their jobs now. He's cleared their minds.
Yeah, and a bit of talk about it, the fact that it was individual, Shane Watson, MCG, individual Marsh here, but whether it's... Oh, that could be gone. That could be the match. Michael Clark pounced and surprised the man at the non-strikers. It was Shazad really struggling to make his ground. And gone. Good work, Dave Hussey. The assist was there as well.
I'll get some gloves on Hussey. How quick was that? He's got to take a hard ball that's pinged at him fairly quickly, then smash them into the top of the stumps, and he had no hesitation that he had done the job successfully. And now the third umpire will confirm it.
Yes, he will, and 46 is the winning margin. A tremendous performance by... There's the roar goes up as it's confirmed on the big scoreboard here. So England all out for 184 and 5 overs still to spare.
Well, I like what I just saw too. Not only Michael Clark coming out of the huddle, but the huddle was very contained. But the 2 English batsmen stood there very patiently and waited for them to break up and then say, well done, fellas. So England very humble in defeat.
Yeah, Australia on some sort of a roll in the Commonwealth Bank Series. That's 2 out of 2, and that follows success in the second 2020. So a brilliant performance by the Australians. As Ian Healy said, they had the worst of it with the bat, and they've really stuck together in the field. So it's a win to Australia by 46 runs. And the man of the match, no surprise, it's Shaun Marsh. What a terrific day for him. It was one of those innings that was right out of the box, like Shane Watson the other night. So a fun day for the Australians down here in Hobart. We thank you so much for your company today. The Australians have done it by 46 runs.